Well, thank you guys for being here, and I want to give credit to USC. I thought they really played very, very hard the whole entire game, and it was a very physical game. They made some really good adjustments and made it really hard for us to get the ball to clean touches to Drummer and to Onionware, and they did a nice job. I want to give them credit for executing their game plan really well. I also want to thank our marketing staff and they worked their tails off. We had a great crowd, and it's an alumni weekend, and this really hurts my heart because we had a ton of alumni back, and we don't just represent ourselves. We represent this great university, and we represent all the people who came before us. So we're hurting right now. We're disappointed. But the one thing that I know is I just really trust our team, and I trust these two. The entire time, and I will add Lajane Drummer to this as well, but the entire game, their talk was togetherness, was leading forward, was responding appropriately, and I'm really disappointed we couldn't lead them to a victory, but I really trust how they're going to respond and how we're going to choose to embrace this adversity and try to let it bring new things of character out in us that maybe wouldn't happen otherwise. Our resilience has been that way all year long. I mean, we've had double digit down at their place. We were down 13 at the half and came back and had a 30-10 third quarter. So this group has never been a down and outer, and they've never been a group that doesn't believe they can come back and respond. And it just wasn't quite enough, and they played to their strengths.
Yeah, I think I agree with Coach Corey. All year long, I feel like our team has come together in times where we've needed to, and I believe in our fight, and I believe in our fight going forward. And that starts in practice this week, is just being hungry to get back after it, and I believe that this team will do that. I'm excited for this coming weekend to see how we respond going on the road and to see our fight come out again.
Well, I think it's really clear two things. One is they are at their best when they create right-hand drives for Mazik and for Minion, and they get the ball inside to number one, and she can go left. We know, we've seen it on film over and over again. When they are at their best, they're getting those opportunities, and especially in late shot clock situations, they got to those opportunities. And in this league, if you don't take away, I mean, there's really good players in this league, and we knew they were really desperate for a win, and they were going to come out hungry, and it's a rivalry. I mean, all those things factor in, and if you don't take away that, they're going to win. They're going to pull away, and they got to their strengths every single time at every crossroads, and that's something that we all have to just look in the mirror about. Secondly, they had 38 of their 72 points came off of second chance points or our turnovers. Those are the two differences. They got to their strengths, especially in late shot clocks, and 38 points out of second chances and our turnovers. And that's the game. Yeah, it's not as blanket statement as working on defense. I think it's working on concentration. It's what are you taking away? And even like the person that's on Mazik, she's a great player. But the people away, I told them in the locker room, it's the people, like, as it's going down, there's less and less options. So you got to be anticipating that and taking those things away. And so, obviously my responsibility as a teacher is to be a relentless teacher and to go, okay, how do I help our team creatively get better on those things? But I don't think it's a blanket statement in terms of we just got to get better on defense. We got to get better on concentration and anticipation according to what the opponent's strengths are and according to what the scouting report says.
I think we learned from how they played us last time, just certain adjustments. So I think that's one takeaway that we can kind of conclude from this game, just how they're playing us and kind of use that to our advantage and use that to our strengths.
I think just going forward, we have to continue to be the aggressors offensively and defensively. that's something Coach Corey's been talking about. That's something you have to do in this league. In the Pac-12, with how good all the other teams are, you have to be the aggressor. So I think for each of us, that just means whether it's stepping into shots that we know that we can take, or defensively, just being confident and stepping into those roles, and all of us can do that. So. I think it's awesome. I just think she has your back in every capacity. So that gives me confidence to shoot the ball from the outside, because I know if I miss it, she's probably going to get the rebound and score it. And as a guard, I know that if she's posting up, I can throw it to her and she's going to come away with the ball, double team behind her, or one person behind her. So it gives me confidence to play off of her when she is playing like that and playing that confidently.
Well, I think that they did a great job. I think they adjusted well from last time that we played them. It was a little bit different, a little bit tougher to get touches in the post, as you saw in the game. But I think that they were defending me a little bit differently. I can speak for myself. They were defending me a little bit differently than they did the first time we played them. So I think just kudos to them for that. And just going to have to kind of look at the film and see what I can do better to help my team, and just what we can do collectively to move forward to the Arizonas. Like Coach Corey said, she's a great player. We have great players in this league, and just she was getting to her strength, and that's whether that's shooting a three or getting to her right-handed drive, and that's what she was doing. She shot 13 threes, and she made 5 of them. So, I mean, that's something that we knew she was going to do, shoot threes, and she was just getting to what she wanted to do. So that's just something that we can take from this game and kind of, again, to the Arizona games.
And 3 of her 5 threes were off of offensive rebounds. And so the defense is sort of in scramble mode at that point. And so credit to them that they found her. But that's why it puts even more of a premium when we play good defense and we do force the kind of shot. We got to come up with those 50-50s and defensive rebounds so she doesn't get those wide open looks. Those are hard to defend on inside-out passes. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for covering the game.
Thanks.